So a lot of you guys may not know, but Let's Wine About It is a welcoming platform for all. You don't have to have a huge following, a large mansion, and millions of dollars, but you do have to have a liver to drink some wine. Today is the first episode of our new series where we welcome in growing entrepreneurs in with a wide, welcoming arm. Pardon me. This is Let's Wine About It, the Entrepreneur Series. And welcoming in Tower, a celebrated dominatrix internationally. Her military background has given us rise to gripping stories about life in the military and BDSM. She is the author of Army Hulk's Tales, a candid true story of self-discovery, secrecy in the military, love, war, and sex. Without further ado, help us welcome Tower.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Baby, I love this messy eating, honey.
Thank you. Before we start, I would love to give you a gift.
Okay. I love gills, honey.
This is an orchid.
Okay.
An orchid represents strength,
Uh-huh.
love,
Okay.
and also beauty. I love your platform and I love what you do, and I want to present you with something that is representative of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Damn, this flower is cute, just like me, honey.
It
I
is.
love it. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
I really don't make me cry, because I'm very sensitive, honey. I love it.
I'm glad.
I love this color too. Like, it matches my. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna put my gift. I'm gonna see my gift right here, honey. I was gonna put it. I'm gonna see it right here. Y'all, this mine. So, Tower, how was your week?
It was
But
wonderful.
first, let's wind it.
All right. What you got?
This podcast has been sponsored by Bel Air.
I've never had that.
You never had this?
No.
Ooh,
I'm a
baby,
tequila girl.
You finna be feeling so damn sexy. Shall I have brought some tequila?
I'm
I was just
good.
gonna say, you want me to dash some tequila real quick? See how bad that get you?
This would be a different podcast with tequila.
Oh, baby. I feel like it's gonna be real good. Okay, so I really want to hear about your week. How was your week, Maria?
It was a good week. I was able to come here and go to a wedding and celebrate with my manager. So I love Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of, it's cool. It's Atlanta,
Where are you originally from?
Marion, Alabama.
You know, I'm from Mississippi.
You
and
is?
yeah,
Okay,
East
come on,
Mississippi,
sister
West
state.
Alabama. Yeah, that's why I call you my little cousin. Cause
Yes,
we
that's
from
sister state there, baby. We both country.
Yeah, very
I know I used to
country.
walk around barefooted and fight. Okay, let me, this the hub right here. Well, I'm so glad you got a chance to come down here to Atlanta and you came to whine about it with me. I know this champagne, but baby, you know what champagne represents a celebration, and we celebrate life, we celebrate prosperity, and we celebrate growth. And you deserve it. Okay, so these wine glasses, these are my brand, Sexy as Fuck wine glasses. Because, you know, after we drink this champagne, we're going to be feeling too sexy. That part always scare me. You want me to pull your trouble? You want to?
Please. I like a gentleman.
Okay, I got you, honey. Ooh, I'm just shaking. Not
Don't
my
be
nerves
nervous.
cutting up on
I
camera.
make me nervous.
All right, now, 'cause you do got me nervous. Well, you know, you want some more?
A little bit more.
Okay. Hold on. Now, you shaking too. I ain't making. Am I making you nervous?
Maybe.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to have just a sip. I ain't going to drink too much.
Okay.
I ain't going to drink too much of it.
All right. No, we toasting.
Oh, okay. I just, you want some more? You want to drink too?
That's delicious.
Thank you.
Tropical.
You know what? It is tropical.
It is.
I never noticed that.
Very tropical.
You have a taste.
I do.
Okay. So on this podcast, we may ask questions that may make you laugh, that may make you happy. Some may make you a little sad, and some may even put you in a little thought. But most of all, we're going to whine about it.
All right.
So the first question we're going to get into is, where did the name Tower originate?
Tower represents power.
Okay.
And in the military, the tower is where command is. That's where headquarters is. That's where all orders come from. That's what control is, the tower. So I'm the tower. All orders come from me.
You got some type of eyes, and I don't like that, man, because you ain't been sitting here hypnotizing me. Why did you decide to write your book, Army Hoax Tales? And I love the cover, honey. It's eating.
Thank you. Army Hotels.
Hoax.
Ho.
Also, it's ho.
Yeah, it's ho.
So why? So I always hear people say it, but like I always heard somebody like when they spell it like that, they always say hoax or hoax. You know, when they be from different. So that's what that means. Ho.
You know, down south like Louisiana, you know, the
Also, it
Creole,
mean ho.
Mississippi.
I never knew.
Yeah.
And I always used to say like some. So Army Hotels.
Army Hotels. But what made me write the book was to tell my story my way. I've lived a life of adventure, and as a Black woman or Black people in general, we're conditioned to live a certain way, and the life of the military is almost unimaginable to people who've never lived it. And I wanted to tell this story to be freeing to Black men and Black women about how a Black woman, you know, ran it and lived it and came to be.
So tell me, why Army Hotels? Why Army Hotels?
Because I developed the hotels or whole rules in order to help me survive in the military. What a lot of people don't realize, in the military, in a unit, you can be a woman with a ratio of 1 woman to 10 to 1 woman to hundreds. So could you imagine being in a unit of 1 to 100 men, you know? So you have to, in order to be respected, in order to be respected as a woman,
like that.
in order to be respected as a woman, you have to carry yourself in a different demeanor in order to gain respect. So I had to develop these rules to keep me safe and to make sure that, you know, I carried on throughout the military.
So give me one of your rules. What's the most important rule?
Know your power.
Know your power.
Know your power. People want the unimaginable. If you can seduce them psychologically, you can control them.
What's your sign?
The ultimate lover, Cancer.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. When did you join the Army and what was your job?
I joined the Army in the late 90s, and my job was HR and meteorology.
Okay, God. You went through the door not
Oh
playing.
yeah, people don't know that, you know, they have HR is common, but meteorologists in the military, what they do. I was meteorologist.
Okay.
Yeah,
This what's up. How did you like it?
I loved it.
You
Like
loved
for me, you know, we came from the same part, so you can imagine how it was. And I didn't have the support to, you know, at 18 to say I was going to college. I had to work full time. I was hustling. I had to get out of Mississippi.
As soon as I graduated, they made me get a job.
Exactly. Like I knew I couldn't stay home. I knew you graduate, you gotta go.
You gotta get the fuck out of our house.
Exactly. So in order to feed myself, take care of myself, I joined the military. I always knew.
Well, I'm proud of you. Congratulations
Thank you.
on your success. I really, really, really am proud of you.
Thank
I
you
don't
so
know if I
much.
worded that right or what.
You worded it perfect, baby.
All right. What is your sexuality and how do you identify?
I identify as expensive, as an enchantress, honestly, I'm fluid. I'm sexually fluid. Genitalia doesn't determine what I'm attracted to. My love and surpasses what's between your legs. I care about what's between here. So I'm a fluid.
You would date a gay man?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
I've dated gay men, women, trans, and I've had lovers from all over the world, all different backgrounds, race, creeds, you name it. I've had it.
So if we was to date, how would that work? Like how would?
Do you obey? You would. You would.
You're not gonna make me tell on myself on this camera. Oh my God. I obey?
It would work beautifully because I would give you I would give you an experience that you haven't found anywhere else. So it would obey. It would work beautifully. Look at you.
Oh my goodness. What is the setting of your book?
My setting, because it's an anthology, is short stories from places that I've been, everywhere from the States, Germany, Korea, Israel, all over the world. So it's all over the world, but it's late 90s, volume one, because there are multiple volumes, but volume one will be coming out soon. But is the late 90s, early 2000s when women were just that natural beauty, young, brown skin, double D. I was ready for the world. It was seduction. It was, yeah.
Do you still know how to seduce? Like, do you was it like
Tell me how you feel, so you can answer that for yourself.
somebody now?
Yeah.
Like how I feel? You have, to be honest, you have some type of eyes, but I know how to seduce too. So
I definitely still know how to seduce. It's an
yeah.
art.
It's in your eyes.
Yeah, it's an art.
And then like if you know how to work, yeah.
You know how to work what? You teach me something.
I got you, baby. I know a little something.
I know you do.
Oh my God. What is something iconic that you have done or accomplished?
I've done so much, but when it comes to something iconic, my vagina is immortalized. Well, let me explain.
You say it's immortalized.
It's immortalized. My vagina it used to be the wall of vaginas, but now it's the wall of vulvas. But I was sculpted by Jamie McCartney, one of a world-renowned sculptress, and I was hand selected for my unique anatomy. So, it's just immortalized. It's in a museum. He selects people to spread body positivity. So because of my unique anatomy, I was selected to be in his museum. He has a museum in London, Miami, and he also goes on tour. So she's immortalized.
That must be pretty as Kim Kardashian.
She got power.
Okay, I understand. How and where were you introduced to BDSM?
Oh, that's a unique story. When it comes to being dominant, I naturally was dominant. Like when I left Mississippi, it was like no one would ever take advantage of me again. So I naturally became dominant, but also being in the military, you have to be dominant as a woman. You have to make sure that you are carrying yourself in a certain manner. But long story short, I had gotten off of work one day, went to the cigar bar, and I met a gentleman, and, we had, really fun banter, and we would talk, and, I kept meeting him there, and, we became cool. And he asked me would I be his domina. That was my first sub. I had been dominating people for so long, but for someone to actually come out and say, will you be my domina? I was shocked. I giggled. I didn't know what it was, but he himself was a dominant. And because of what I evoked in him, he asked me to be his dominant. He actually trained me. I was trained by a dom to dominate. And he became my sub, my champion. So, yeah.
Do you use like chains and whips and dog collars and stuff?
I have something I brought here. I didn't bring it over, but I have something. I use floggers. I use paddles. I use electrolysis. I use different techniques it depends on what the client needs or, what we agree upon. It's all about consent, So that's why I say I create an experience. It's about what their unlocked desires. That's what I bring out. Yeah, I'll show you one of my tools that I have.
Yeah, okay, I want to see.
It's over there. You want to get it?
Yeah, you get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he gonna grab it.
But yeah, you use different techniques, and I don't even have to use any of that because, like I say, I've had thousands of lovers. Some of them, don't know if I'm a man or a woman because they've never touched me.
So you do
BDSM.
the touching.
It depends. It is in the white bag, the plastic one, yeah. But yeah, it depends on what we sit down, we talk. I get to know them, I get to learn them, and it depends on what their specific. This is my flogger. This is my flogger. You want to touch it? Hold out your hand. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Don't whoop me, please.
I ain't gonna whoop you. Close your eyes. And just feel it. And rub it through your hands. So imagine it going slow across your back, across your body. So it's about sensuality. You know, sometimes in sex, you know, we're so penis driven. And there's so much more to it. And that's why I love BDSM, because it is the most exalted relationship. It transforms sexuality, race, all of that stuff that people are afraid to, you know, step outside of. And my lovers are able to be free. They're able to tell me, Domina, I want my nose licked, or Domina, I want you to touch me somewhere special. So yeah, you know.
Baby. Hold on. Okay. We gonna move on, baby. Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust. What is your number one turn on?
Hygiene.
Hygiene.
I like to explore my lovers everywhere. So the hygiene has to be on top of the world.
You will love me then. I love to wash everywhere when I get in the shower.
Exactly. You know, like, you know, some of my lovers think that I taste so good. It's just because I'm so clean. I'm so clean within, you know, and out. But yeah, hygiene. I love you to be clean so I can explore you everywhere.
Baby, listen, if I was a straight man sitting in this chair, you would have my dick harder than fraction. But I'm trying to see how to train my mind not to be turned on when I. Woo. Why are you masked? Why you can't mask today? What that?
Because today I am in my role of Domina, and it creates that mystery, that level of seduction. And also with my clientele, they're exclusive. They're professional athletes, doctors, politicians, clergy, and to protect them is my utmost responsibility. You know, privacy is a must. I don't play about privacy.
Me neither, baby.
We don't kiss
and
and
I love
tell.
me a mess too. I got so many of them. I know that's right.
Where you getting it from?
You said where I get it from? Amazon.
I got a spot for you.
You got a spot for me?
Create custom mask. I'll let you know.
Okay. I want one with no. I don't want to be able to see. And to just leave my mouth open.
Oh, for what?
I like stuff like that.
What you like in your mouth?
Whatever you put in my mouth.
Oh, you take whatever's given?
Not whatever's given. I gotta want it.
Oh, okay. All right. I feel that. But I have some of those. I have some of those that the mouths are closed or taped or zipped or
don't tape my ass up. I gotta be able to say something and I gotta be able to taste something.
See, sometimes you can't speak until I give you a code. Like I have certain codes. I communicate
What's
with
one of your codes?
Okay. If I go like this means I require your attention. If I go like this means come to me. If I go like this means kneel. If I go like this, spread your legs. If I go like this, it means fuck now. So I just gave you like 3 codes. So just without even speaking, I can move my hand or do a gesture and they know exactly what I mean.
Do this again. What do it mean?
That means come. Attention. Come now.
You teaching me something.
Kneel,
I can't wait.
Spread your legs. And
I got the perfect person to do it too. You come here, little Rottweiler. So, do you have any talents?
You want PG or rated R?
Whatever you give it to me, baby. This is your world. I'm just living in it.
Well, I am a violinist. That's my PG talent. My other talents, I have so many. I can stick a whole banana down my throat.
You can?
My whole banana.
Do you gag?
Not at all. I train myself not to have a gag reflex. Do you? I mean, you how you can gag just to give them a little
I
encouragement.
don't do that because
But
if it ain't,
I train
if it don't
myself.
gag me, I ain't gonna fake it.
I know that's
I like to
right.
be blunt and I like to be real with my partner. Let you know you ain't doing your job. You need to step your cookies up.
I know that's real. I know that's real. Let's toast to that. I do give a little encouragement sometimes though, but yeah, I don't have a gag reflex.
Okay. What does BD? I don't know. I think I asked you that, didn't it? Oh, it said what does BDS? I asked you where were you introduced to BDSM, but now what does BDSM stand for, and how do you explain it?
BDSM stands for bondage, discipline, dominance, submission, sadism, and masochism. And BDSM, like I said, is the most exalted relationships. You get in relationships where people lie, hide, cheat. They're not themselves. In BDSM, you don't have to worry about that because we got a contract. People are able to be free. When they come to me, they have complete trust and privacy. They're able to lay down. The men and women I deal with are powerful, they're in control. They lead in their normal worlds. When they come to me, they can be free. They know that I have them. They're safe and they can lay down. They want me to control them. So BDSM is where people can express freedom and their most exotic kinks, whatever they want, and not be judged. That's the thing. And especially with black people, we're conditioned to be a certain way. You know, I was down low and lived an alternate life for 20 years. And people don't think that women are down low, but we are, you know. It's just that we're so penis driven that women go under the radar and we can be down low because we're not expected. But yeah, I got into BDSM because of the freedom to be able to give people this ultimate freedom from what they were suppressed from.
That's some real.
It is. And that's one of my passions, especially for black people, to be able to be free to be themselves sexually, to explore, because we can't be. So yeah.
Without giving too much away, can you tease a scene that will leave readers on the edge of their seats from your book?
Okay. When I was stationed in Germany, one thing about the military, you don't want to be the talk of the post. Mm-hmm. We move around every 2-3 years, but you don't want to be the talk of the post because, your name will be mud or that you can be separated or, you have to be really secretive. But long story short, I had a German lover, a Turkish lover, a Puerto Rican. I had many lovers, and one was a top commander of the base. And I got pregnant. So the whole talk of the base was like, who is she pregnant for? I felt so bad for my NCO. We stayed in the commander's office because there were so many rumors about who I was pregnant for. Long story short, the commander of that post put out a hit. He was married and put out a hit for me to be married. Yeah, because he was worried about when I got pregnant, the child being his.
He okay now, right?
I'm alive. The child is alive. They're alive. Yeah.
That's
Like
blessing,
people,
though.
people try to hide stuff. When you see that stuff about people hiding things in the military, it's a life that people would never even imagine. So, what I'm doing, Army Hotels, is telling the life of a black woman and how I lived and moved around the world. And I've had adventures you wouldn't even imagine.
If you could do it all over again, would you?
10 times over. Same way. I regret nothing.
Would you train me?
Do you obey?
Hmm?
Yes. Yeah.
I would love to be trained.
Yes. You want to be trained to dominate?
I want to be trained to dominate.
Oh, most definitely. Because you already got it in you.
How you know?
I see it in you. You dominance recognize another dominant. Like I would know if you were submissive. You see it, you feel it. Just like when the dom who asked me to be his dominant, he knew. I was naturally dominant, but he was like, whoa, she. And it's such an honor when a man who is a dominant asks me to dominate him. That's an honor. So he recognized like her. So I know. You got it. I know you be making people kneel, do things. You be exciting them, providing experiences. Am I lying?
No.
Yeah.
I
What's
know
your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, cancers are made in Libra season. The scales, the balance. I love Libras.
Yeah,
Those are my favorite people.
yeah, we something special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I ain't never met a Libra I ain't love.
Yeah, I love Cancer too.
Yeah.
Every dominatrix has her own set of rules and secrets. Can you tell me what are host rules?
Rules, like I told you, are a set of rules that I made to keep myself safe in the military. It's certain rules like I never f***ed in my unit. If you were in my unit, because if a woman had sex within her unit, everybody would know. All of my dirt was done outside of the unit. You had to have a certain rank. You had to have as much to lose as I did. I could tell you a few rules, but they're also on my page. But there were certain rules that I had to develop in order to be safe on how to carry myself, how to move, how to live. And they also changed when I became, when I got more rank because I couldn't play at all. When I was younger, you know, I was freer. But as I moved up in rank and became a mother, when I was in the military, you couldn't be gay.
Really?
Oh no, it was chapter 15. That was grounds for dismissal. So I was, like I said, I was down low for over 20 years. The dirt I was doing, women I made love to, that was completely secret. If I was found out, I would have been chaptered out.
So how do you not get them to fall in love with you?
They do.
I know, but what if you don't want them to?
One thing I love about BDSM is we have a contract. And if I feel like it is going there, I dismiss the contract. But, my lovers crave me to this day. I leave a lingering taste on your tongue, baby. You will crave me forever because I have your recipe. Can't nobody repeat that unless I give them the recipe. I have lovers just like my wife still hate, how I feel, or, or women that, their husband don't know how to make them come, and these two fingers knows, yeah, better than a ever could. So, yeah, them not falling in love, I'm still trying to figure that out. I just have to end it when they do.
You make them come quicker than a chihuahua for a dog treat.
Baby, I can do in 17 seconds what it takes somebody an hour to do.
Okay.
And that's from learning your lover too. Like you see, all right, their temperature moving, they're starting to sweat, they're moaning. Those nipples, the clit erect.
I pay attention to everything, like on my partner, especially like in the midst of like that. I try to pay attention. Like I know exactly how to.
Yeah, you know when to.
Yeah, like if they get turned on, if I kiss them right there, then I'll know like I'm gonna go right there, like every time, and they're gonna put them in the mood. Like if they mad at me, I kiss them right there, like and start, set a new tone.
Exactly.
I like you.
I like you too, boo.
Yeah. People get to see another side of me dealing with you. But I know a little something.
You got to pay attention to them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that people, they don't know how to. My assessment skills and critical thinking are off the charts. And my intuition, I got the intuition of Nostradamus. I see deeper than what these eyes do. But yeah, I pay attention to my lover on a whole different level. What they need, what they crave, what they're afraid to ask for. Yeah.
What do you think makes the allure of the forbidden so irresistible? How do you explore this in your book?
I think that, like Freud says, that people's revulsion, or what they claim to be disgusted by, is really suppression. It's something that they have had thoughts about or they seeked or they wanted. But because society say that's wrong or religion say that's wrong, they won't do it. So that craving, that longing for something different that you get nowhere else, it draws you and you want it, you know? Like there are women and men who are afraid to say, I want this, or I want you to touch me here, or I want to be spanked, I want to be tied, I want to be humiliated, you know? I used to, when I was in Korea, it's a story on my blog about how we used to be late for the chow hall line, right? You had an hour to get to the chow, you had to bus, you had to get to the chow, you had to bus, you had to get in chow line, you had to move and get back to work. It was impossible. So when me and my girlfriends, we would be, running to the bus stop, we would be sweaty. Have you ever been to Asia?
No.
Ugh, that's a humidity like you have never experienced. It's worse than Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia put together. It's thick, sweaty. So after running from the bus in BDUs, that thick uniform, we would get there and be sweaty, So the line would be out the door, and I'm like, ain't no way we're going to be able to eat and make it back to work. So when I would, I have ultimate hygiene. I would smell myself like, wow, I smell good. And I said, watch this. So I said, hey, come here. Smell my fingers. So my roommate and my best friend were like, what are you doing? And the guy came up and he smelled my fingers. So they looked at him like, you gonna smell her fingers? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what does it smell like? And he was like, it smells sweet. So that became a thing, when we wanted to butt the line in the chow hall so we could eat, I let guys smell my fingers. So in able to butt the line, men would allow themselves to be humiliated and get on their knees to smell my sweat. Just that chance to be that, people want the unusual.
Is there a moment in the story that completely changes the game for the characters?
Oh, yeah. Like, when I became pregnant, like I said, and I had to completely change the rules because I knew I had somebody else to feed. If I didn't, because I had children then, I gave birth to, twins. If I didn't, I would have risked my whole Army career. Like I said, I didn't have support. So I had to completely change my rules, how I moved, what I said, what I did. And it was very hard to even have a normal life, in the military. But that was the point when I became a mother.
Okay. You're real. I like that. You're honest.
Yeah.
Beyond the eroticism, because I got gum in my mouth, sometimes I don't want to mess it up. What emotional journeys do the characters undergo? How might readers find themselves unexpectedly moved by the story?
One beautiful thing about the military is people see soldiers. And we're expected to uphold these high standards. But what you got to remember is these are people from all over the world, all type of demographics, all race, religions. And you bring them together, you train them how to think, talk, feel for the mission. Like the only thing that matters is the mission. So, for example, just say Walmart. Patty that works, the cashier on 7, she would let Walmart burn because she don't like Bernadette the bagger on 3. But in the military, we could care less about what you do, your religion or anything, because I need you to watch my back. My life depends on, we go to war together. So you see people from all over the world, all type of different demographics becoming brothers and sisters and still living life, becoming parents, dealing with death, dealing with war, dealing with all these things while still serving their country. And it's such a family like you wouldn't imagine. Like my military brothers and sisters are my, children's aunties, cousins, whatever. But the military family unit is like none other. We close knit. It's a sense of loyalty. Like I literally have to depend on you watching my left and my right.
Yeah.
Because if not, the enemy can come in,
at any time.
penetrate. Exactly. So our sense of loyalty
Had to be
is like exactly. And you don't see that in any other organization.
No.
You know,
You don't.
so our loyalty to each other, regardless of where you come, what you look like, what your demographics, is top notch. So you'll see that, like, wow, these are really humans that bonded and served our country and became family.
I love that. I love that. I
I,
love people that stick together, that watch. You know,
mhm.
I always been amazed of it. Like, I done heard some stories, but to hear that, it really just, it made it more better. You know, like everything better, because like they always tell you about the part where everybody had to defend and, you know, serve the country, but then nobody never talks about how people stick together and actually, you know, work with each other and have each other back. Like, I like that.
You know, and me coming from such a tumultuous background, they were my family. Like, it was a family I never had. And I'm so grateful for it. So, yeah, that's why I say I'll do it 10 times over.
Okay. What kind of emotional roller coaster do you hope readers will experience as they dive into the world you've created? I say in created.
I want my readers to find, I want them to be able to escape. I want them to fall into my story and see and feel exactly what I was going through. I want them to find freedom to be themselves, to live life on their own terms, to live life that is authentic to who they are, because that was my journey, self discovery, who I was, and being free. So yeah, I want people to find themselves in a world of adventure and freedom.
I like that. Great answer. Can you share any feedback or reactions from early readers that made you confident this book will be a must read?
Yeah, I have a couple reviews. I don't know if you want me to read them or share them, but
Or just give us like just
they jaw dropping. This is my everyday read. This is a read that I haven't read anything like this in 15 years.
where can we find the
I
book?
wanted to on my website is www.armyhotels.com. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under Army Hotels. But it was it's been a journey, and I want people to be able to go on and love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and escape and be free and learn some things.
I'm gonna go grab the book. That's why I had to ask. I had to cut you off and ask you, baby, how can I find this book?
Oh, the book, we're doing pre-orders starting December.
Okay.
We're in the final stages of formatting and editing, but I have my cover here. But that's why I brought my cover in so everybody could see it. But
Okay.
we'll
And
start
that is a very, very pretty cover. I love it.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
so
you.
so seductive. I love
Thank
it.
you. But yeah, pre-orders starting December.
Okay. I'm gonna be the first one. I'm gonna get that book.
Ah.
I need to read something, baby. I gotta hear something.
But right now, people can follow the blog and get stories. I have some stories on there that are teasers from some of the chapters. So yeah, right now you can read some good stories before I fully publish in December.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's get into the tea. I think we'd have had enough wine and enough
Wait a minute.
champagne. I think we need to get into the tea a little bit. I got like 5 juicy questions I got to ask you before we close this thing
right.
out today. So the first question is, have you ever done a in the army? Have you ever done it had more than one man at one time?
I have dominated more than one man at one time.
Really?
So it is different. You know, I've been to orgies, whether, I don't necessarily participate because it's not my scene,
Yeah.
But I like to go. I'm a voyeur. I am a exhibitionist. Like, I like to watch, I like to see, but I have dominated more than one at one time. More than one man, more than one woman.
So, 7 years, if you had like 3 or 4 people lined up and you was dominating them at one time, are you able to make everybody at the same time, or everybody?
I have not been able to make them all at the same time. Two of them came at the same time because they were inside of each other, but not all 3.
Wait a minute. What did she just say?
Yeah, 2 of them, but they were inside of each other. It was, but not all 3.
You was
You know.
watching them?
Of course, who else is going to be in control?
So what you do, you be like, Kim.
I do a lot. It's not. It's deeper than just fucking, fucking beating, choking. It's just deeper than that. It's like I told you. It is a sensual overload. It is eroticism beyond your belief.
So you know a lot of men are going to be looking for you after this interview, right? You know a lot of people, not just men, because what you just explained to us, you know so many people want that experience. And it felt like you were just talking to everybody. Like at one point, good. There's a lot of people. Where can they find you if they was to, like, if they wanted to find you on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? Where could they find you?
They would be able to find me on my website,
Okay.
and also Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under Army Hotels. And my website is www.armyhotels.com. And that's where you can find me and subscribe, and also ask for services.
Do you have anything you want to say to the people today before we end?
I want to say, if you are looking for something, because what I am doing is something that's never been done before. No one has ever told the truth of what goes on in the military, and especially for a Black woman to do it. A Black, I'm an anomaly when I walk into certain spaces because it's only white men, WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Puritan. White men are told they can be dominant, but as a Black woman, I want people to step outside of their box. I want people to live free. I want people to live their life authentically and not be afraid to try, because this is your life to live.
Okay. It was so nice having you. Thank you for my
It's nice
gift.
being here.
Thank you for coming. Just thank you for just sharing your story with us and letting us. I had a lot of fun. Like, this is a lot. I can't
I
wait
did
to watch
too.
this episode. I cannot wait to sit down and watch this episode. Cause don't you know, like, you were seducing me the whole time, and I feel like you was being very seductive. I was like, oh, what is going on, honey?
I have the ability, I was born with it, to make people feel comfortable because I am my authentic self. People are their authentic selves, and it brings that out in people. And that's what it's about. People are not free. And I create that. I create experience. So, yeah.
So, yeah, this have been Tower. Get her book at Army Hotel Volume 1. It'll be available in December.
December
right?
pre-orders.
December pre-orders. So this have been the first episode of Let's Whine About It, the Entrepreneur series. And I cannot wait until you guys can see all the entrepreneurs that I will be having on here this whole month of September. I just can't wait for you guys to just see this. And I want you guys to treat and support them just like you would do anybody else, whether they have 1 million followers, whether they have 200,000 followers or whatever. I want you to treat them just like you treat everybody else when you see their stuff. Watch, like, subscribe, comment, and go support. Go grab her book. I love y'all. I have been your host, Mr. Crying So Bad. And until next time,